welcome to another exciting episode of Live at 5, where I come on and just answer a few questions one question that I'm usually asked as a practitioner. So today we're just going to do a quick introduction to the 7 major chakras. So if you don't know anything about that, then just, carry on watching. And if you do, then, you don't need to watch this at all. It's just going to be absolute basics. This is actually also the first of a few episodes of chakras. So welcome to episode 1, introduction of the 7 chakras. Woo! So chakra is Sanskrit for wheel. It's representing the fact that they're kind of like these spinning energy bodies within your body. There's more than just the 7 that we're going to talk about today, but today we're just going to cover the 7 major ones, and those are the ones that go from the top of your head to the base of your spine, just going down like your central nervous system. So like I said, they're energy wheels or discs, and each of them corresponds to a color. It also corresponds to emotional well-being, internal organs, things like that. So when they're out of alignment, obviously you have problems with those areas, and if they're balanced, then you have a wonderful experience with life. All right, so we're just going to go very quickly through the 7 major chakras. So starting off at the root, that is the base of your spine. That's a lovely red color, and it's about those very primal, very raw survival of being human, right? So it's all about stability, it's all about grounding and protection. So this is the one that really roots us to being human. This is our very, very core. Our sacral is just below our belly button. That is an orange color. That's all about creativity, sexual energy, so like that creative energy all going on, and your emotions and things like that is all just below your belly button, lovely orange color. Then if we move up to just below your rib cage, that's a yellow, and that is your solar plexus. That is all about your personal power. It is all about your self-esteem and your confidence. This is also where people knowingly or unknowingly can get their claws into you. So it's very, very important to keep this strong, keep this protected. Because, when you you go into a room, or you just see somebody and you feel really drained from being around them, that's because they've got into you from there, and they've kind of like taken from you, or they've attached to you through that. So this is a very, very important one. Then we move up to the middle of the chest, heart chakra. Obviously this one is all about love, it's about compassion, it's about just your relationship with yourself and other people, and that joy. This can be 2 different colors. Usually it's a green, but it's also a pink color as well. So if you use stones with it, it could be like a rose quartz as well, which is a pink one. But it's a green color usually. It's not so much 50-50, but pretty close. Moving up then to the throat, this is a blue color. The throat is obviously about communication and self-expression. So it's very, very important to keep this one very, very open, and so that you can speak your truth. Moving up then to the 3rd eye, it is just between your actual physical eyes, just on your brow. It's also called the brow chakra. 2 colors again here. You can either say purple color, which is the one that I usually use, because I tend to use stones like amethyst and purple stones like that to activate this chakra. It can also be an indigo color though, and that's more common actually to use an indigo, so a very, very dark blue. This one is obviously all about psychic intuition, your inner wisdom, just all of that kind of insight and knowing. Moving up then to your crown, it is just on the very top of your head. This one is again whatever color you kind of resonate with. It can be a white color, or if you've not used purple for your third eye, it can be your purple. It can also be like a clear. People have different ones for this one, but usually it's like a white or a purple. This one's obviously your connection, your higher consciousness, but also your connection to the divine in whatever way you think of that, whether that is a god or many gods. It's a connection to the universe, it's to universal energy, ether, whatever you want to think of that as. So that's just very quickly what the chakras are, and I think I'm going over time again, aren't I? So very quickly, why are these important? As I said, if they're out of alignment, if they're not balanced, then you're going to have problems, whether it is to the internal organs that they represent, or if it is an emotional or a mental, even spiritual connection that each of these have. So obviously I went through very quickly the very, very key points of what they are, so you can kind of get an idea of what would be out of balance. If you're feeling like a grief or something, that's going to be your heart chakra probably. So you'd need to work on your heart chakra, right? If you're feeling financially unstable, you need to work on that root chakra, this kind of thing. And it's when you tune in and to your body and you kind of listen a little bit, you can understand where it's coming from and what needs to be balanced and aligned a bit more. Just check my notes very quickly. Oh yes, very quickly again, so a couple of ways to actually do this, to actually bring them back into alignment. Things like meditation, visualization is a really good one. You just imagine the color and focus on the area that you're trying to activate or align or balance, and you can just 5 minutes, even less, even just concentrate on those areas and just see if anything comes up for you, emotion or just a thought about when you're concentrating on each area, and see what happens. Yoga is obviously a really good one. Things like the tree pose, obviously being a tree, it roots you to the ground, so that's really good for your root chakra. Things like the camel pose would be opening up your chest area, so that would be very good for your heart chakra. So yoga and chakras obviously go hand in hand. Mindful living, obviously, like just go about your day, and when you're feeling certain emotions or reacting in certain ways, kind of pause, tune into your body, see where the imbalance is there and how you can kind of focus on that to make that a bit better. A really fun one as well, especially for children, is to eat your colors. So you can get red fruits and vegetables and things like that, obviously more natural stuff rather than the ones with the food dyes, but like red things like tomatoes and cherries and strawberries and red peppers and stuff like that. That's all good for your root. Yellow stuff like bananas and things like that would be really good for the solar plexus, just whatever color, and eat that, and that actually helps with the color that it corresponds to. So that is pretty much it. Yeah. As I said, this is episode 1 of many to do with chakras. I'm going to do it once a month so it doesn't get boring. So next month, March the 12th, is going to be an episode all about the root chakra. So if this has interested you and sort of piqued your interest a little bit in the chakras and you want to learn a bit more, tune in on March the 12th for the root chakra. And then obviously the following month will be the sacral, and you can kind of work out which ones are going to come next, just up to that 7, and then what's after the 7. And anyway, so the next live at 5 is going to be next Wednesday, and it's called Ways to Ground. It's all about why we would do grounding, like pretty much what the hell is grounding is pretty much the theme of it. Like, what is it? Why would you need to do it? How do you do it? So that's going to be a really, really good one. Everybody needs to do that, right? So again, if you have any questions, please do put them in the comments of the replay that's going to go up on Instagram and Facebook. You can privately DM me anytime you like, or any other way that you want to contact me, and I'm happy to just answer any of your questions about chakras or anything else that I do. So please do reach out. I'm very happy. As you can probably tell from these, I do talk a bit too much about all of the things that I love to do. So yeah, until next week, I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next Wednesday. Have a wonderful week.